Yes. Welcome to with Shravan. Today I am going to explain about the Spring annotations. I will do some of the annotations in the Spring Boot and with the examples. So, and before going to that one, please subscribe my channel whoever watching first time so that you don't forget, you don't miss any videos and coming videos. Okay, we'll move into the Spring annotations. So the first annotation is at the rate Spring Boot application. So at the rate Spring Boot application, it is the combination of three annotations. So we can say it is a combination of three annotations, namely at the rate enable auto configuration, at the rate component scan, and at the rate configuration. So these three are the annotations, but these three are the combination of, we can say, if we combine these things, we will say we can use a thread Spring Boot application. Okay, so I think in last example also we used at the rate Spring Boot application annotation. Anyway, we will see again today uh, how we can use that Spring Boot application. Normally, booting process means it's in our application the boot method. So the starting phase, there only we will use this at the rate Spring Boot application so that it will entire package or entire thing is auto configuration and components can is applicable for the entire package and entire application itself. So how we will configure, we will see in the examples. But first, I will explain about what is these three annotations. So first, at the rate enable auto configuration. So in the name says it's simply it auto configure the bean. It is present in the class path. So it simply the name means it auto configures means we are in the last videos I mentioned about dependency injection, right? So the dependency is automatically it configured whatever present in the class path. Okay, and the use of this annotation is reduced in the Spring Boot 1.2.0 release. Why it is reduced? Because if we developers are using at the rate Spring Boot application rather than the enable auto configuration individually. So, uh, this is the enable at the rate enable auto configuration. We'll move to the next slide. So at the rate component scan. So it is used when we want to scan a package for beans. So the name says the package for beans. So it scans the packages for the beans. Okay. So it is used with the with the annotation at the rate configuration. You can also specify the base packages to scan for the Spring components. So in the rate component scan, we can include the what are the packages we need to look for the beans. Okay, so we will provide the package name in the at the rate component scan and also at the rate component. So it is a class level annotation. At the rate component is a class level annotation, but at the rate component scan is a package. But the scan package, but at the rate component is a class level annotation, individual class or annotation. So whenever we mark as a whenever we put at the rate component, so Spring considered as a bean. So it is a Spring bean. So the Spring bean, so auto configuration all will be applicable when we mention at the rate component. So a Java class annotated with the at the rate component is found during the class path. Spring framework pick it up as the application context as a Spring bean. Okay, so that's the main difference. Next, at the rate configuration. This is one of the main Spring annotation. So at the rate config means we will configure the beans using at the rate configuration. Yes, so in the same way, at the rate configuration is the class level annotation, and the class annotated with the at the rate configuration used by the Spring containers as a source of bean definitions. So whenever we can implement that, whenever we put alternate configuration, Spring consider okay. So that's the configurations inside this class. So first we need to take that configs. So the Spring is treated as a source for that bean of definitions. So we will see the examples in the IntelliJ IDEA. I'm opening IntelliJ IDEA. So, so this is the last examples I covered. If anyone watching first time, please watch my previous video. There I have created tech with the Travan. And then subject it is we can say build a first application with a Spring Boot. So that we there you can watch how we can create the application. So I'm using the same application now. I elaborate the Spring annotation. If you see take with down first API method in the boot method. So if you see that this is a base package, right? So in this one, I have created one class, right? Take with down first API application. Here I am using Eldoret Spring Boot application. So Eldoret Spring Boot application, why I am using it is included Eldoret enable auto configuration, Eldoret component scan, Eldoret configuration. So whenever we use this one, no need to do individual annotation. So it's a combination of those things. So the at the rate component scan is included in this package. At the com dot example dot text on first API. So this is a base package. If you so if you create any package under this base package, so it will applicable for the all. So no need to mention at the rate component scan again and again. So simply the example here is take with on first API. So here I didn't mention any components can why because it is under the base package take which on. So automatically whatever the annotations here, it is the auto configures that one. So now I'm giving example of the red configuration so that it include all the things. So for that one, what I am doing, I'm creating one package. Uh, and also, meanwhile, if you have any doubt, please comment and so that I will definitely answer this one. So just I'm creating the practical config package. I am creating one class, Java class. What is a tech config? So this is here I am doing some configurations. So for that one, first what I am doing at the right configuration is a class level annotation. So I already mentioned that. So I'm using the at the right configuration. So Spring whenever if Spring sees this at the right configuration the class level, Spring understands that some of the configurations are there inside, but we need to take that one before switching. So I am creating one more class like one service. I can say car service. This is a one service I am creating just for naming purpose. So what I am doing, I am just writing one public string get car name. Just this is a some basic thing, just for default one. So return car name is I am just reading is so this is a one class having one method. It is a having one car name, having a string is a return type. So I need to create an object. So I am just for car service, I need to create an object, right? So in this one, I am doing in the config. So why I'm doing tech config, so this is a annotated the other configuration. So Spring consider it as a bean. So I'm creating one bean. What bean public? I'm creating object, right? For what car service? Car service, car service. And I'm just printing one statement so that if people understand it while it is executing or not. Inside object creation of car service. So I am returning new car service. So I'm creating the object for that one. Spring consider this is a bean object. So whenever there is a car service is there, this object it will be provided. So just for illustration purpose, I am just using this car service here. So for that one, suppose if you want to use anything, we need to use auto while I will give examples of auto word in the next coming videos. But as of now, you just see how I am creating. I am just using the card service object here. So whenever if you create like this auto wide, the object will be created. That reference is assigned to this reference. So the tech config, what is it doing? Tech config, the beans are creating with the whatever the service or service I am using. The object main object is created here. So the configuration purpose. So whenever the starting of the application, the call service object created and assigned whenever it is using in the using auto word, it is like this one. So we will see in the we will run this program. You can see whatever it is mentioning in the inside object creation so that we can aware that our car service is executing properly. So I am just running our application now. Running, go to the Spring Boot API application, just run this one. So it's Part-1 8080 port. I am just running with localhost. Yeah, 8080. So it's executed successfully. Welcome to TechQuiztown. Same thing, whatever I have printed in the controller, it is executing fine. So, but now I need to see whether car service is object created or not. See in the console, you can see inside object creation of a car service. So whenever application context is initializing, there only the object creation. So at the red configuration, it is seeing and create the object and assigning to the this reference. So like this way, it will be used at the red configuration annotation. So now, friends, I think now you will able to understand how at the red Spring Boot application will work, at the red configuration it will work, and at the red bean, at the red auto wire. So many annotations we used here. So we will see as of now you can concentrate on only at the red Spring Boot application and at the red configuration more clear. Next videos will deeply go into the each and every annotation. So you will understand more. Okay. Thanks, friends. I think watching for this one, and also please subscribe. Don't forget. And also, if you have any questions, please comment on. Thank you.